welcome the lovely Dorinda Medley.
I made it nice!
Come on, girl.
Woo!
Let's talk about
So
it.
excited.
Hi, Dorinda.
So beautiful.
Nice to meet you. Oh, my gosh. Have a seat. You smell delish.
Well, thank you.
And you look great.
Thank you.
And it's very nice to meet you.
Well, thank you. I took out my best push-up bra to try to compete today.
Well,
I was like, how can I compete with this?
do you have implants?
Yes.
Well, they sag.
No.
You didn't get under the muscle?
No, I did get under the muscle, but I still wanted to, I got to compete
But I
with
have under the
this.
muscle. Like, and they're 1994, and they still stand like
Do you know that's when I got mine done?
Really?
Yes.
In
Did
1994?
you do it? Maybe we did the same person.
See?
Yeah. No, mine are still very good.
Are you happy with them?
Yes. So, every once in a while you think maybe you'll go back and get a new set, but then
the
no.
scarring is bad.
No, I'm not going to do it. At this point, a couple good drinks, dark lighting, and undergarments, and everything looks great. I get them liquored up. I turn down the lights.
A mess. So first of all, I love your Berkshire mansion.
Thank you.
And
I love my house up there.
it is so peaceful. And the way you decorated for Christmas and stuff, and I felt your pain because inside some women, there's a little Martha Stewart. I don't know. For me, I'd be spazzing like you did.
Yes.
Like, really? I set this up?
For days.
Okay.
Days.
And you're fighting?
I mean, I have a storage area that's all laid out, and I start in December 1st. When am I going to take it out? When's Rudolph going to come out? When's Santa? Maybe I'll move Santa to the right
Did you watch?
this year.
Clap if you watched, so you know what she's talking about. Okay. So, what was the point that made you crack and spaz?
I watched. Listen, the Berkshires are my sanctuary.
Now the Berkshires are they're in upstate.
Great Barrington, Massachusetts. I grew up there.
Okay. Okay.
The house was bought for me by my husband before we were married.
Right.
As a wedding present.
What?
Yes. My late husband.
We are doing something wrong. Okay.
Yes. I said, and he said to me, it was such a nice story. He said to me, I never want you to stay with me because we were married. And he said, this is yours. So then being Catholic, then I thought, well, now I really got to stay no matter what because the guilt kept me more than anything.
Right, Catholic guilt. So, okay, so...
So I think what happened was, here I was, I worked on it for days. I had Rudolph I had Santa, I had Christmas trees, front gate. I was in the mode, and I wanted everyone to enjoy the food and the festivities and go back in time, Concord back to youth.
Yes.
All that good stuff.
A sleepover. Every woman had their own room. Like you know what
I got
we're talking about.
pajamas for them. I put them on their bed.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I'm thinking, you know what? How could you be unhappy in this? I mean, for God's sakes. Before you knew it, I think literally by the end, Santa was assaulted and Rudolph was calling 911.
And your housekeeper was probably like, who are these wildebeest?
Animals.
In the meantime, want to know what I was the most shocked about? I was shocked about this. I'm not judging people who smoke. But I was shocked that the Countess was sitting down on a slab in front of your home, smoking a cigarette and sharing it with this skinny girl. Yeah, Jules.
Do you know what I think that was? I think at that point that was just stress smoking because she doesn't usually smoke. So I think she was so stressed and she didn't know what to do because it was so...
When you don't know what to do, smoke.
I mean, she was like so nerved up, and I think what happened was it just came out of nowhere so fast and so furious.
It was all
And then I tipped, I fell over the edge when they started
Well, you
making
like
fun
your
of my mother's
martinis,
cake.
but your mother's cake, that was bad.
I did be in.
But you like your martinis. Were you tipsy?
No. I wasn't. It was the middle of the day. I was actually, and I'm very honest about those things. As you people know, I'm very honest about my good, my bad, my ugly, I'm very good about that. No, I think it was more, I didn't know how to handle that in this environment because it's never been accosted like that.
Yeah.
And also, too, when you're a host, as a host, I've never been put in that kind of situation.
Yeah.
So I was like, I just wanted to put an end to it.
I was waiting for John to show up, not for nothing.
Yes, no, well.
Like, I appreciate that you have new love in your life, John. I don't like him either.
You don't?
No. No,
Don't say that.
All right,
You don't
well,
know him.
Okay,
You don't
okay.
know him.
Well, we know him through the TV, and I'm going to take a poll from our co-hosts.
Okay, go ahead.
Clap if you don't like John.
Clap if you do like John.
Nope, the don'ts are bigger than the do's, and that person who said woo was trying to start something.
Yeah.
Here's my thing about John, Dorinda, honestly, I feel like John likes the spotlight too much. You're the housewife. This is your show, and he's all up in the business. So I was waiting for him literally to show up in the Berkshires because that's what John does. He imposes himself. And then instead of, like, even when Bethany argued with him that time that we were watching and Bethany argued with him and dressed him down, if I were John, you know.
I would have backed off.
Absolutely.
But I was upset about that. I stood by
Why?
that.
Because he argued back?
Well, first of all, he shouldn't have shown up.
Right.
Okay. Second,
he likes this. He wants to be a star.
He should have showed up because, but I think he was informed by a couple of the girls to come. She's in trouble.
Okay.
And I was very upset that night.
How long have you been with him?
4 years.
Okay. Do you want to get married again?
You know,
This will be your third, if you get.
Yeah, you know, I'm in a different point in my life. My daughter's raised. You know,
Daughter's cute too.
Thank you.
What a beautiful girl.
You know, she's
Look
great.
at your boobs there.
Yes.
Like,
Look
really,
at my boobs there.
They are sitting.
Yeah, they're good. They're okay.
How long ago was that?
A year ago.
Well, then you don't need a push-up bra.
I know, I was kidding.
Yeah.
No, listen, I think that you know, at this point, I'm 51. I'm just ready. I said to my mother the other day, you know, I was Dorinda Sincala. Then I was a single mom. Then I was Mrs. Medley. And I'm kind of trying to figure out Dorinda who, which was frightening at first, but I kind of like being on my own and sort of figuring that out. You know, I've been taking care of people my whole life.
Nothing wrong with that, Dorinda.
You know, so
yeah. So now, you know, John, Dorinda's boyfriend, owns the fanciest dry cleaner in Manhattan. Oh, yes. It's called Madame Paulette. And you know what they do? Well, like, for instance, I have a staffer who had a wedding, and she wore a Vera Wang, and it had to be altered. And also, you know, just cleaned up right before the wedding day. It wasn't used, but, you know, just to make it pristine-er. And where does Vera Wang say to go? Madame Paulette. This is like
really
all the
great
fanciest
place.
people in Manhattan, they go to Madame Paulette or nothing. Now, my question to you is, do you get free dry cleaning?
I'll tell you something, it's one of the reasons I can't break up. I gotta tell you a funny story. When we first started dating, I left a couple things there. We spent the weekend together, and it gets delivered back to my house, and there's my thong packed in tissue papers, and I thought, uh-oh, this is good. So now I get everything dry cleaned.
Yeah, dry cleaning is so
my dog's
expensive.
clothes dry clean.
Perfect.
I take the clothes off my maid, dry clean them.
Perfect.
Yes.
Perfect.
I've gotten very used to it. It's nice, and
Yeah.
their service is incredible. Hey, he did Princess Diana's gown. I look very Princess Diana-esque, I think.
He did?
Yes. He
Why
restored
is
all
my
her
mouth watering over dry cleaning?
Well, I'll tell you something. I decided once to just bring it downstairs because I thought, oh, maybe I'm taking advantage. And then I got that bill, which is nothing like Madame Paulette, and I was like, I'm not paying this.
Oh, yes. Okay, so look, we got to talk about Jules.
Go ahead.
First of all, I love her necklace that she wears. It says Jules.
Yes.
You notice she wears her Jules necklace all the time.
She wears all this all the time,
Yeah,
too.
yeah. But the thing about Jules is that, so a couple of weeks ago, we found out that Jules' husband cheated on her, and now they're getting a divorce. Oh, yes. And now look. The season of New York Housewives allegedly cheated, and they're allegedly getting divorced.
Yes.
Anyway, look, the season is already taped, so you won't see that on this season. But how is Jules doing? Is she moving on, and is she losing more hair due to this?
Listen,
No, not shade. Fact.
No, she suffers from alopecia.
She suffers from alopecia.
Yeah.
See, don't call me.
And when she gets stressed out, it's worse.
Okay.
She's right. She's
Okay.
well informed, this one. She's well informed.
How is she doing?
You know,
because you're the friend who brought her on the New York Housewives.
I think she, you know, we were all blindsided by this. I mean, and I'm quite close to her. And I just thought, listen, I've been married, divorced, married, second time, you know, widowed.
Yeah, yeah.
And, you know, we all wake up sometimes with these guys and think, what the hell am I doing?
Right.
I mean, why? I chose to spend the rest of my life with them. So I thought they were going through sort of a, first of all, it's a transition to be on the show. It's very stressful. And then I just thought they were going through something. But looking back now, I can see that, you know, they were under a lot of pressure. And how is she doing? She's blindsided. And
you and John went on a double date with she and her husband, and they were an hour and a half late.
Hour and a half late.
Now,
and I went on the martini train.
Of course. Because they were fighting a lot. Okay, so then once they show up, what's the awkwardness of the dinner once the second couple,
You could just tell that they were tense. You know, anything this one said, she had something else to say. Then he was on the phone. Then she was like, you know, when you just know. And I think that's why I went off on my banter to try to make it go away. You know, I'm a fixer.
I know.
I'm a fixer. So I thought if I just keep trying to give thousands of references of why, you know.
You're lovely.
But it didn't work, obviously.
Well, I mean, you try your best. By the way, your eyes are beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. And thank you. It was really nice to meet you, Dorinda.
Oh, thank you for having me. I was so excited. It was amazing.
Yeah, it was me. I'm watching the
Hi,
show.
Mom.
I'm like, ring in the middle of the show. I'm like,
hi, John.
Get Dorinda on the show. I need to speak to her. The Real Housewives of New York airs Wednesday nights at 9 o'clock on Bravo.